What is up, guys? This is Pinzo back with another video today, and what I've got for you guys is going to be a bit of a news roundup. It's been a while since I uploaded anything, mostly because not a lot of news has happened, but we are going over the news that has come out today. We're going to be going over all three Paragons. We're going to be going over Predecessor, Fault, and OverPrime, and there's some decent news for two of those, but we are going to start with the third one. That, of course, is Fault. Fault's still pretty bad. I played it again like a month ago for the first time in a long time, and it was just it was mediocre at best, honestly, and at worst it was frustrating and worse than I've played it the last time. On top of that, the devs have been pretty quiet. Like they really haven't been saying anything about anything for about a month, maybe more. They've kind of just been silent on all topics. So it's interesting to see that that's the route they're going for. I don't know. Maybe the devs decided to run off with the money they'd made already. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? No one's going to care about that game by the end of the year. So moving on, we've got a game that people will care about by the end of the year, and that, of course, is Predecessor. So Predecessor has been kind of hammering home the point that they will be playable by the end of the year. About a month ago, at this point, we got a couple series of videos from Pred that were going over essentially hero kits. They released one for Decker, Howitzer, and Chimera, I believe, were the three that got them. I think they're probably gonna release some more. I would assume. I would assume they're gonna release some more before the game comes out. But the Decker one was actually introducing the kit because we obviously have not played Decker. She wasn't playable in the last test that we got. And her kit looks pretty cool. She's got her old ultimate, her old containment fence, her big dome, or her big ring is now a basic ability. It's much smaller, but it is a basic ability. On top of that, she has her old stun back, of course, and then she has like a laser beam kind of wave clear thing. It slows, kind of standard line attack thing. Kit looks cool. I really like the fact that they took her old ultimate off of it. I think that that's just a good design decision on top of being cool. I think it's cool that they are willing to change hero kits that much, and hopefully it kind of pops off. Then we got a Chimera one and a Howitzer one. Howitzer got a new reworked ultimate and a new version of his slowing mine. Instead of just placing three, it places a couple. It places more in a bigger area instead of just the three. It was kind of inconsistent, and that was what they said they were trying to fix with that, is that before with just three slowing mines, this is his right click, just by the way, it was inconsistent, and you kind of didn't know what you were going to get out of it. Now you should know exactly what you're going to get out of it. So I like that. He got a new ultimate that is very interesting. It kind of goes off of his last one where he still gets to go up and fly around, but now it shoots missiles for him. You get like 12 missiles, you press left click, you still got to aim them and all that kind of stuff, but it's no longer just spamming Q while you're ulting. So I like all the design decisions there. Chimera kit looks crazy. Main change, I think, number one change is to his E. His E invigorate. Obviously, they put his old E, his passive stacks, his healing stacks. That is now on a basic ability, right? Or on his passive, and now he has a new basic ability. And what this does is it heals him for a percent of his max health and a bonus based on his health regen at the time of pressing it. But it also cleanses all debuffs. So it cleanses all CC when you activate this. It's really good. That's going to be a crazy ability. In a game that doesn't have a lot of CC immunity, obviously in a game like Smite, something like that is good, but it's not game breaking. Look at Robin. Robin has damage immunity and CC immunity on a 10-second cooldown on his 2. It's a really good ability, but it's not game breaking. This in a game with not a lot of CC immunity, it's extra good. Like this is to the point where it could be, the best ability in the game. Obviously, we haven't seen them all, but it could be. After that, he has a new ultimate. Well, same ultimate, new targeter. No longer a single targeter, a single target ultimate on Chimera. His Cole basically does the same thing, just in a cone. So you don't actually lock onto one person. You can hit multiple people with this. It's useful in team fights. Really like that change. I think that's the best change actually in the entire kit. I think that all of Pred's stuff they've been showing us is really good. They in the last couple weeks have been really hammering home this point of EA this year with this pair of tweets, a week apart, but still a pair of tweets. On track for EA this year, team working hard. They'll tell us when it's out. And then, of course, they came out and said that they will have extra servers when the game comes into EA. They will have NA West and Asian servers. So, like myself, I play on NA West, so I am glad to see that change coming because I do not want to have to deal with NA East ping all the time. But I think that these tweets are very good. They only have another, 2 months realistically to launch this game to get it into EA, and them tweeting these out now I think is very reassuring. It's not a big time window for them to mess something up crazily. So fingers crossed that this actually does happen. I don't know a whole lot, but I do know that stuff is ramping up behind the scenes. The stuff that I know is just that things are rolling behind the scenes. Okay, that's all I can really say is stuff's going. Okay, trust Pred, I think. But moving on to kind of the juicy one is OverPrime. OverPrime, I think this morning maybe even tweeted that they are changing the official name of their game. Now, this is nothing new. You have Fortnite Chapter 2, I guess, which is sort of a name change. You have Fault did it, actually, when they went to the Epic Games Store. Fault changed to, Fault Elder Orb. Same thing, basically, just has a little suffix on it. And I think that Fault Elder Orb, I think that's a fine name change. I think that's fine. OverPrime changed their name to Paragon: the OverPrime. My tweet to this was, hate it. Bad decision. I don't think this is a good design decision. I don't think this is a good marketing decision. I don't think this is a good decision. Pretty much, period. I'll go into this a little bit, but if you guys want like a pretty in-depth version of this, I will do my best to remember to put a link to Windu the Mace's video. He went pretty in-depth about mostly why this is a bad decision or why it's an odd decision from OverPrime to do this now. So if you want a longer version of my rant that I'm about to give, go watch Windu. It's a good video, so I'll have that linked down below. As far as I'm concerned, Paragon nostalgia is gone. Like, yes, obviously, we're all sitting around waiting for these Paragon successors to come out. For me personally, listen, of the Paragon content creators, I probably played the least Paragon out of all of them. I played like 50 hours of Paragon, okay? I don't have any nostalgia for that game. Zero whatsoever. Predecessor is a good game, period. I think that Predecessor can stand on its own 2 feet. I think that it's smart of the guys at Omida to just use the assets. It's like there's a Sparrow game that's like a shooter. It's like an Enter the Gungeon kind of shooter, but it's using Paragon assets. It uses the minions and the other characters or bosses, and you play as Sparrow and you walk through a dungeon or something, right? That's just smart of those creators to use someone else's assets. It saves a lot of time, a lot of money, etc., etc., etc. I think it's smart. Predecessor is making a much different game than OverPrime is, and OverPrime is making a much different game than Paragon was. I think that it's smart of Omida to use the assets and kind of roll with it in their own way, adding a lot to it, changing a lot of hero kits, etc. OverPrime is the most different of these Paragon games from Paragon. I've been calling it an arena shooter since it came out because that's what it is to me. I think that the game feels exactly like an arena shooter, and if they were to make it into an arena mode, I think the game would be better, actually, than trying to do this little Pokemon Unite kind of MOBA where it's just really fast. I don't like it. Point being, I think that it's weird for them to try and ride the Paragon name. They said in their tweets and stuff, they basically said, hey, Epic Games, let us use this name. And that's fine. That's just, you throw some money at Epic. Yeah, you can use Paragon. They obviously got access to the logo as well because the logo is now in everything that they have. They released their ranked tier divisions, and it's all just variations of the Paragon logo. Their new logo is the Paragon logo. I think that this is it's an odd decision to me. I can't quite wrap my head around why you're trying to feed off of Paragon nostalgia 4 years later. And on top of that, you're the farthest game from Paragon that's using the Paragon assets. It's a little baffling to me that this is the decision they're going for. Plus, come on, OverPrime was a fine name. I don't have anything against that name. Paragon, fine name. Paragon, the OverPrime. Like, why have the? Like, that'd be like calling it Fault, the Elder Orb. Like, it's just, I don't know if that's a Korean to English translation thing. Legitimately, that might be what this is. I think it's bad. I think you cut the, and the game is okay. But bar all of that, the game seems to be ramping up. I think they're probably going to launch into some kind of early access pretty soon, honestly. Like that, if I had to bet, OverPrime will beat Predecessor to early access. That's my bet on this. That's my big take for the video. I think that OverPrime looks okay. I didn't like the gameplay. They announced a lot of new heroes. They, at least from what I've seen in the videos they've released, I know that we've seen Aurora, Wraith, and Howitzer, which I don't believe any of those were playable last time. If there are more, let me know in the comments down below if I missed any. Those were the ones that I know at least were highlighted. I don't think the name change is good. It could be worse. It's not the worst name I've ever heard from a game. I think it's weird to ride the nostalgia now, but I guess we'll see how it works for them. With that said, that's pretty much all I've got for you guys. This was a little bit of a longer-winded explanation than I thought I was going to give you guys. But that's going to be it for the video today. So thank you guys for stopping by. Let me know what you guys think, obviously, of everything. Is Fault still bad? Is Predecessor going to come out this year, actually? What the hell is OverPrime doing with their new name? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let me know in the comments down below. But that's all I've got for you guys. So as always, I've been Pinzo. This video's donezo. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.